uncles and aunts. While Dowager Countess Budleigh had always treated her with respect and openly enjoyed her music and her company, and the Budleigh grandchildren loved to play with her, the Dowager's children, the middle generation, were condescending at best. They were the kind of people who looked down their noses at her for being a court singer, and treated her with such frozen politeness that it was all Anya could do not to stalk off in a huff. Even the thought made her bristle like a cat. "We missed you, Anya!" the 6-year-old girl Laura shouted, jumping up and down from the side, her red braids tied with periwinkle ribbon bouncing all about her. She broke into Anya's thoughts and made her smile. Yes, much nicer, the younger Budleighs. Less puffed up. They were playing boys versus girls, and Laura had been run out after 2 runs. Anya replaced her, and she was now touching 65 runs. The boys didn't seem too happy about this. "Have you been practicing?" the oldest one, Toby, said with a pout. He had a tendency to go red when he was playing some sport, or annoyed. Right now, he was both. "I suppose they play at the palace. You know, you could try not to look like you're enjoying thrashing the life out of us." "But that would be a lie, darling," Anya shouted, "because I'm enjoying it very much." It was winter, and frost curled the ostrich fern around the pond and feathered the edges of the outbuildings. Anya waited for Toby, Trevor, and Brendan to find the ball and bring it back. As she stood there, whistling and leaning on her bat and boasting to Trixie that the ball was probably in Calais by now, a man dressed in dark clothes walked up the lane. The man looked bored, like he was wandering past the house and decided to saunter in case it was mildly entertaining. Anya looked at him in surprise. She had not heard any sounds of a carriage or a horse. Anya was about 6 inches over 5 feet, and the man was probably no more than an inch or 2 taller than her. He was wearing breeches and a black overcoat that was flapping carelessly open. His hessians were smart but not shining. He had untidy black hair and brown eyes, the colour of wildflower honey, and they looked amused and cynical and bored all at the same time. He stopped at the edge of the garden and looked critically at Anya. Anya lifted her chin. He must be Mr. Prism, the lawyer. He was looking insolently at her, and she flushed, knowing that with no greatcoat on, the cuffs of her dress rolled up and her hems muddy, and she had been whistling in a very unladylike way, she looked like a scarecrow. He glanced at the tally on the chalkboard. It showed 67 runs. Laura was keeping the board meticulously marked in large, slightly crooked numbers, but right now she had run off after her cousins to look for the missing ball. "It would be good to see what you make of a real delivery," the man said. "Though not a bad swing. For an amateur." She gasped. She quickly schooled her face, though she knew her eyes were flashing. "Thank you, sir. And if I ever need unasked for opinions from a complete stranger, I suppose I know just where to find them." Now his other hand was in his pocket too, and he was smiling. This made her feel like a prim old miss who never spoke to strangers, which was blatantly untrue since at court all she did was talk to people she didn't know, and this only annoyed her more. She was trying to think of a cutting remark when the Budleigh children came running up to the man calling out, "Cousin Damien! Cousin Damien!" Who the devil was Cousin Damien? She shot a look at Trixie, who shrugged. Trixie was pulling her coat on, and since she hadn't had to do much other than stand around and watch her partner swing a bat, her hair was in much better shape than Anya's. Anya's tight ringlets were coming loose from her bun and skimming her shoulders. Her face was shiny with sweat, and her clothes were rumpled and grubby. Come to